The stage is set at Esports Arena Las Vegas. The 6 best players in the world are here to compete in NHL 18. And for the first time ever, the finals of the NHL Gaming World Championship. Let's crown a champion.
And then there were 6. 6 survivors from what began as thousands, hailing from 3 regions across the world: Europe, Canada, and the host, United States. They have made it to Esports Arena Las Vegas to take their shot at the top prize of $50,000 and stake their claim as the first NHL Gaming World Champion.
The Vegas Strip recently became home to the Esports Arena Las Vegas inside the iconic pyramid of the Luxor Hotel. And it is here that the best players have traveled to compete in the NHL Gaming World Finals. As we welcome to our studio inside the Esports Arena Las Vegas, I'm Catherine Tappan. I am joined once again by Arda O'Cal, who will be doing play-by-play action for NHL 18 today. We are also joined by community content provider Andrew Telfer. And guys, this has been an exciting couple of months leading up to the championship today.
After the announcement, there were tens of thousands of players in dozens of countries that wanted to qualify for their regional finals. We ended up with 24, and now, here, once and for all, the spectacular 6.
Yeah, we have 6 remaining, and these guys have put in the work. I'm talking 8 to 10-hour days, so we'll see this all come to play today. Hopefully it'll be very, very exciting.
We are moments away from introducing the players and also from gameplay, but first let's set the table, and Arda takes a quick look back at the road our players traveled to make it here to Las Vegas.
The tournament began with 12 online qualifiers. Each qualifier took place across Europe, Canada, and the United States. Thousands of competitors faced off in single elimination brackets, and the top 2 moved on from each qualifier to the regionals. Those 24 players traveled to compete in person at their local regional finals in Stockholm, Toronto, and New York. At each of these events, they were placed into double elimination brackets, and the top 2 moved on to the World Finals here at the Esports Arena Las Vegas. And so, our remaining 6 players will compete today in a round robin. Each gamer is guaranteed to play the other 5 gamers at least once. After round 5, the 2 players with the best records will then square off in a best-of-3 final for $50,000 and the trophy.
So that's the road they took, and it was well worth the travel. The winner takes home this sparkling trophy. But guys, folks come to Vegas for the money, no? Oh, we've got that too. The total prize pool for the NHL Gaming World Championship, $100,000. Today, a cool $50,000 goes to the winner, with a total of $85,000 on the line. Winners of the 3 regionals took home $5,000 each. So guys, 6 players have made it here, and let's go through them. Eki and Artuzio, both from Finland and out of the European regional.
Yeah, here come the Finns, the supremely confident Eki and the dark horse Artuzio.
Full 90 and young Gren coming in from Canada.
And they are just complete opposites. Fool, very calm and collected. Young Gren, cocky and confident. Should be fun to watch.
And the red, white, and blue representing the Americans, John Wayne and Junior Penn. So Arda talked all about the 3 regionals earlier. Let's take a look at how the players got here, starting with the U.S. regional. And Arda, it feels like John Wayne has plenty of momentum coming into the World Finals.
John Wayne went from Mystery, Alaska to one of the anchors of this tournament. The best goal differential in any player at the finals. He absolutely swept the regional finals, and he has a lot of momentum here.
And the Canadian regional, Nasher Fool X90 was the winner there. What do you like about him?
Fool manages stress so well, even in this environment with a live audience, hundreds of thousands of people watching this thing. He is going to play his game and stick to it. He didn't watch a single streamer or gameplay before this event. He stuck with his game, and we will see some success from him today.
Look at how focused he looks. All right, from Europe, both players from Finland. Arda, Eki looked awfully strong.
Awfully strong and awfully confident. When he is on top of his game, he is the best in the world. Just ask him. He is so confident, some people might misconstrue that as cocky. He completely dismissed the American players going into the finals.
All right, so those are the regionals as we see the intensity here building in Las Vegas. Who do you guys think has the most momentum right now?
Well, we just talked about Eki, and honestly, like, we talked to him leading up to this day, and you could tell how confident he is. He was almost dismissing these questions as if to say, you know what, I'm going to win this thing. Why don't you ask me about how I'm going to celebrate? Like, that was the vibe that he was giving us.
Yeah, I think Eki has a good chance. My boy Youngren, though, he loves the crowd. He's going to rev up these guys, get up, stand up, get in their faces. I think he'll be the one that comes out on top.
All right, so you have Eki, you have Youngren. I like that you both have picked someone different to keep an eye out for. And let's introduce our 6 finalists. We take a look at the main stage of the Esports Arena, Las Vegas, and a familiar face to fans of the Vegas Golden Knights.
What's up, Las Vegas? And everybody watching around the world, we are here inside the brand new Esports Arena Las Vegas in the beautiful Luxor Hotel and Casino on the world famous Las Vegas Boulevard. My name is Mark Chinook. I'm the in-arena host for the Vegas Golden Knights. Normally I'm screaming, it's nighttime, but because it's the 2018 World Gaming Championships, it's game time! Let's get it started! We have 2 amazing honorary captains, and they are both members of our beloved Vegas Golden Knights. Let's meet them right now! Oh, he's a crowd favorite and no stranger to our Vegas Golden Knights. Please welcome number 30, Malcolm Subban! Oh, and he does nothing but light the lamp. We know him as number 89. He's Alex Tuck! It's now time to meet our players for the World Finals. Please welcome, representing the regions of Europe, Canada, and the United States, here are your 6 finalists. If you haven't noticed, the representatives from Europe each hail from Finland. He battled his way from the brink of elimination to make it to Vegas. He's Artuzio! He was the winner of the EU Regional, in which he did not drop a game. Meet Eki! Now it's time to meet the Canadians. Easily the youngest player in the tournament at just 16 years old. From St. George's, Canada, Youngren! And the Canadian champion, who claims he beat someone in NHL 18 using the reflection of his bathroom mirror. From Montreal, he's Fool X90! Let's meet the boys from the United States. This gamer uses analytics to decide his lineup. From 40 Fort, Pennsylvania, Junior Pens! In the regionals, he scored the most goals of any player in the tournament. He's also known as Mystery Alaska. It's John Wayne! Let's hear it for the finalists for the NHL Gaming World Finals! It's game time!
All right, here's a peek at the round robin schedule for today. We will dig into these matches shortly. We'll have the 4th and 5th rounds coming up, and then we will have our World Finals as we welcome you back in studio. Arda and Nash are here with me, so plenty of live content to get you guys to and get you caught up on the first couple of rounds which were played yesterday. As we take a look at round 1, and there were some surprising results here, Arda. I think all of us raised our eyebrows at.
Yeah, definitely. This was the first round. The fellow countrymen playing each other. Eki and Fool, their respective champions. They took game number 1, taking the 2 points proverbially. But that American matchup right there, Junior Pens taking it 6-5 in overtime.
And Nasher, what did you see in round number 2?
Round number 2, Eki continued his success early, got off to a good start, 4-1. To full, that means he is 2-0 in this tournament. John Wayne picked up his first win over Artuzio, and we had Junior Pence clinching one again, winning 5-4 over Youngren.
And we completed the Arda with round number 3.
Round number 3 saw our first finalists officially clinch their spot in the grand finals. That is Junior Pence. By defeating Fool 4-2, mathematically, he made his way all the way to the finals. Definitely a surprise, but we have one American in the finals.
That we do, and here are the standings through 3 rounds. Eki and Junior Pence sit undefeated, and because of tiebreakers, Junior Pence is guaranteed a spot in the finals. Eki needs a win over Youngren to get in, and then there's just a bunch of other stuff that could happen at 1 and 2. Artuzio's hopes, guys, look a bit dashed. So there's a lot of work to do here as we look through some of the highlights from the earlier rounds. Nasher and Arda, let's start with Junior Pence and how he was able to run the table in day 1 and automatically get himself to the finals.
We've talked a lot about Junior Pence and how he uses analytics. He keeps track of scores and analytics play on his own games, and he tweaks lineups as a result. And he has used that to his advantage. If you're a fan of Corsi and Fenwick out there, Junior Pence is your guy. He has booked his ticket to the grand final. He will find himself competing for the $50,000 and the NHL Gaming World Championship trophy. And en route in day number 1, he swept Canada. He defeated both Youngren and Fool X90. Here is a goal in game number 3 against Fool that tied the game up. And the interesting thing here is that Junior Pence was down in every single one of these 3 games, but he found a way to tie the games. He found a way to keep himself in it. So he was calm, he was cool, he was composed, he was poised, and he is in the finals.
Junior Pence with a huge sigh of relief, and then we had this.
And how about the other undefeated guy? We have Eki. He took Artuzio to overtime in his first game, was able to bury it, fortunately enough. A big play by him to get that first round out of the way. Moving on into round number 2, he had a huge blowout over Fool. There is a goal to put him up 4-0. Can he stay undefeated in this tournament? I'm excited to find out.
All right, so both those players 3-0 through the first 3 rounds. What about Fool? What do you see from him?
He has such a calm demeanor. He is able to put himself in the moment, and though he had the longest road to qualify, he's still alive in this tournament. It's going to be a long road for him to qualify. He had some spectacular moves like that. He still has a chance. So you're saying there's a chance? Yes, there is one for Fool.
And now we have Youngren, who struggled early in this tournament, starting off 0-2, but here he is in his final game against Artuzio. He was able to get a goal, get a win, and win this one big.
And as we heard earlier, Youngren, the youngest in the tournament. John Wayne, not the youngest, and has had a lot of success.
John Wayne is going to be playing for bragging rights and money, of course. He can't make the finals due to who he lost to in the opening day of competition. But while he can't make the finals, there's plenty of money and bragging rights. And he has a lot of friends in the audience that are going to be pretty boisterous.
Come on!
Yeah, there's always bragging rights on the line when it comes to this tournament. That's the first 3 rounds. We're going to get to the 4th round shortly. But first, Andrea standing by with 2 Vegas locals that thought they'd drop by to check out the action, Andrea.
Yeah, they definitely did drop by. You might recognize the 2 faces that join me now, goaltender Malcolm Subban and right wing Alex Tuck. They are our honorary captains of today's event. Guys, welcome. How you feeling?
Pretty good. Pretty excited to see these players. It's going to be pretty good hockey, so let's see what goes on here.
Yeah, now I know the arena you play in, the energy is electric, but walking into this, hearing the fans cheer, a lot of the fans have flown across the globe to get here. What are your thoughts on the atmosphere here?
It's unbelievable. Obviously, walking in here, seeing all these people, pretty excited to watch some good hockey, like I said, and so I'm pretty excited to see it as well.
Now, what our fans at home all want to know, do you play?
Yeah, a good amount. I played a little bit more NHL 16, NHL 17, but I still enjoy playing with friends, and me and Malcolm play against each other once in a while.
Now, do you have any stories playing against brothers maybe growing up?
Oh, yeah, I played against PK and Jordan a little bit. Growing up, it was pretty competitive. Growing up in the household, having our parents yelling at us to keep it down. But, yeah, it's definitely good memories for sure.
I think I overheard you talking that PK shut the game off with his toe when you were about to win. Is that true?
He's done a lot of stuff like that. He never liked losing to his younger brother, so, it always felt good to beat him.
Got it. Now, losing is something you guys, you had an amazing run this year in the playoffs. Can you give us your takeaway and what that experience was like?
It was unbelievable. I This is the best time of my life. Honestly, I wouldn't have wanted to do it with a better group of guys, and I was just really humbled and blessed to be a part of it.
What a great place to do it in. I mean, you guys have infiltrated the community of Vegas so quickly. In only one season, you've become a part. You know, you get off the plane in Vegas, and the first thing you see is the Knights logo. So how do you think the team managed to become such a part of the Vegas community so quickly?
I think the most amazing thing was how they just made us feel like family and welcomed us in right away. You know, I felt coming from Boston that, you know, I didn't feel out of place here. It was unbelievable. So I think that made it a lot easier for us.
Well, just like they were welcomed into open arms, we welcome you two here today. Enjoy the competition. And Catherine, back to you.
All right, Andrea, thank you very much. Golden Knights, certainly a huge part of this community. As Andrea mentioned, the logos are everywhere. But guys, what I liked was that I had Golden Knights players coming up to me during the final saying they watched this show, the regionals that we filmed together. So they're keeping an eye on these gamers, certainly very closely.
Wait a minute, you don't mean every NHL player didn't watch the finals? Are you kidding me?
They're busy
I know,
playing.
right? Come on now.
Of course, they're busy playing. Yeah, exactly.
Busy playing the video game, though. But we heard Malcolm and Alex, they're here to watch as well, and there's a lot of excitement in that crowd today.
I love his stories about playing with the Subban brothers and the toe. I'm going to use that. If I'm losing to you later on in NHL 18, I'm going to use the toe to turn off the console.
That will certainly happen, so you will need that tactic to come in clutch.
I like it. Calmly confident. All right, here's the 4-round matchups in this round robin format, that is. Arda, that Eki and Junior Pens match stands out to me.
Both undefeated in the finals, Eki and Junior Pens. If Eki wins that game, he will also qualify for the finals. But if he loses, if Junior Pens is able to win there, it will blow it wide open, and the possibilities are pretty much endless there.
And I really like this Gren versus John Wayne matchup. There's going to be so much energy there with all the fans rooting for John Wayne. I saw Gren's family yesterday just yelling at the top of their lungs. Going to be a lot in the arena there.
All right, you guys ready to play?
We are ready. We are so ready.
Let's do this.
If you could see my arms right now, there would be
No.
goosebumps.
Anyway, let's get down to the stage as we get things started in the 4th round with Full X90 and Artuzio.
All right, Full X90 taking on Artuzio. It is our first game in the 4th round. Artuzio mathematically eliminated from competition, but he can certainly play the role of spoiler. And Nasher, one of the things that we really saw throughout this entire tournament in talking with these players is that Artuzio and Eki in particular, they have a sense of pride, particularly for Finnish NHL 18. They are so proud of the fact that 2 Finns qualified for this tournament, and they definitely want to see Finland win it all.
Absolutely, and Artuzio said he wants Eki to win. If he doesn't win, Fool said the same about Young Grand, so obviously there's a lot of country pride here. Artuzio started off rough in his last game. We'll see if he can come back big here in this one.
All right, and then Full X90 coming your way, and he's all set, getting his hands ready, getting them dry there. Let's get a closer look at Full X90 and what he's all about.
I'm Full X90 and I'm from Montreal. My main goal for this tournament, or the money, was to help my parents out. They've been through a lot of rough stuff in the past couple of years. They've given me so many opportunities and always thought of themselves as last and always put me first or put my siblings first. So it's time, if I felt like it's my time to turn it around and make them my priority.
That he's having fun in what he's doing is the most important thing. It tops anything in the world.
I feel no pressure. Honestly, I feel like the experience already is like a win for me. One of my dad's long dreams is he's always wanted to visit Vegas. It's time to give back a little portion of what he's done for me and make him enjoy Vegas also even more.
No pressure, all smiles, so much to look forward to in this upcoming match. And this is a strong player in this tournament, guys. Clearly not just because he got here today, but take a look. His favorite NHL player, Vladimir Tarasenko, not a bad player to root for, the St. Louis Blues. And he's the first place out of the Canadian Regional Final.
And by the way, that Habs jersey that you saw his dad holding, that was given to him by the Montreal Canadiens. They tweeted their support to Fool here today in the World Championship Final. And he's the most mentally prepared, I would say. He's always calm. It seems like nothing really phases him. He was more anxious about the flight here because it was his first ever flight.
Yeah, I could not believe that. He said this big tournament, $100,000 on the line. He's more worried about the plane ride here. Luckily, he made it. He's in the seat. We'll see him play.
All right, well, without further ado, these 2 players ready to get at it. So let's start the play, guys.
Artuzio taking on Fool X90. As we mentioned, Artuzio is mathematically eliminated. He is winless thus far in this World Championship final. Fool has 1 win and 2 losses. He still has an opportunity to be able to qualify for the finals. But of course, remember, there is prize money at each tier to be able to play for here. And of course, bragging rights. We talked earlier, Nasher, about that country pride. All competitors said if they can't win, they want the other player to win. And particularly for Finland, these players don't play online all that much. As we begin Pittsburgh versus Pittsburgh, it's really a matter of country pride, Nashville.
Absolutely. It's very interesting. I didn't expect this in the individual tournament like this to see that much impact in the countries, but really they are playing for their country. There's a little bit of individualism here, and we've got Artuzio versus Fool. Artuzio with the home black Penguins.
You can see Artuzio with the red marker on top of the players. He is the home black Penguins. You can also see the colors on top of the score. Fool is in gray, and he will be controlling the away white Penguins. You will see the Pittsburgh Penguins a lot in this tournament. All 6 players have used the Penguins in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, they're the best team in the world for a reason, right? They have the best overalls. They've got Crosby, they've got Malkin, they've got good goaltending, defense. They have it all, so people love using them in NHL 18.
Don't say that to the Washington Capitals, though.
Very
that they're
true.
the best team in the world.
Very true.
As we get set, this is the first period, just over 15 minutes to go. Fool X90 in white, Artuzio in black. Well, we're going to continue on at 0-0, Fool and Artuzio. We'll continue on. Here's Malkin. Malkin has the puck inside the zone. Passes to Hornquist in the slot. Artuzio now with Hagelin. Carl Hagelin. Passes it back to Dumoulin. Dumoulin to Schultz at the blue line, to Hagelin between the hash marks. Sheahan looking for the one-timer, cannot convert. Back comes Fool. Fool controlling the neutral zone with the puck, leaves it for Olli Mata. Olli Mata, look at that, he scores! And that will be the first goal. It's a one-timer for Fool.
That is Fool's creativity and passing coming into play there. He's the most creative person in this tournament. A great look in the cross crease one-timer in front.
That is Fool's parents in attendance. Fool mentioned that he will be able to tell without question whether or not his family is cheering. They have unmistakable cheers, and it will motivate him as Jake Gensel slots it home, and it's 1-0 for Fool.
Yesterday, I saw Fool's dad get out of his seat, hold the railing, and shake the railing as hard as he could. He was into it.
More from Fool. Here's Rust. In the neutral zone is Alexiak, who tries to skate it through, but Artuzio provides the wall. Back on a 2-on-1. Artuzio looks for the pass. Oh, he just misses the net. Artuzio, the first Finnish person in history to be able to train esports while serving in the Finnish military. He set the precedent. It was the very first person to do that. Now it's commonplace. Fool is in the offensive zone, circling around, Hagelin with a one-timer saved by Murray.
You can see Fool really just trying everything here. I saw him try a between-the-legs shot. We see his passing at play, his saucing at play. This guy really can do it all.
Fool back in the zone. You'll see a lot of circling around behind the goal line from Fool. He loves to be creative with the puck. Murray snatches it up. There's Kuhnhackl. Alexiak to Sherry. Artuzio, who currently has 6 goals and 11 goals against in this tournament, is winless. Had the puck in front of the net. The play continues. Artuzio looking for an outlet. And there's Kuhnhackl now on the counterattack. And that will be icing.
And look at Artuzio. You know, he's playing his game. Although he started out 0-3, it's good to see him really building his confidence here. He's looping around the offensive zone, setting up good plays. I love what I'm seeing from Artuzio. I think he's got a chance to bring this thing back.
One thing you'll definitely notice is, on top of the fact that the Pittsburgh Penguins will, by the vast majority, be selected by these players, you'll also see players like Crosby and Malkin are on the ice right now for Artuzio. The line combinations will be different, maybe a little bit different than what you notice from the NHL. Why is that?
Right, sometimes you want to stack your top line as much as possible. Also, they're going to put players in positions depending on their handness. So you want to have guys that can take one-timers on that right side that are left-handed, as you just saw there. And on the other side, obviously, you want to have that right-handed one-timer as well.
Fool has 9 goals for and 11 goals against thus far in his 1-2 record in the World Championship Finals. He has victories over Artuzio, or pardon me, he has a victory over Gren, and he has lost to Eki and Junior Pens. This is his second matchup against the Europeans. Matt Murray covers up. As the clock ticks down in the first period, it's 1-0 for Fool.
Nothing for Fool, guys, and his cheering fan base is very excited about that. But when you look at the strategy, are you picking up on anything yet?
Yeah, both of them have somewhat similar styles. They're circling the zone as much as possible to kind of hold on to the puck as long as they can. They want to wait for the defense to make mistakes before they make their move.
All right, let's get to the start of the second now, guys.
Here we go, 1-0 for Fool at the top of the second period. Fool in the white jerseys, Artuzio in the black jerseys. Saved by Fool's Matt Murray. He will cover up. Often don't see that either in NHL 18 gameplay.
They just want to keep the play going as much as they can. You can easily throw the puck behind you into the corner. It keeps the play going. Usually your defender will pick it up and you'll have a quick rush up the ice. Sometimes though, it's better just to cool it off, maybe rest the hands a little bit and get ready to go at the next whistle.
Artuzio mentioned that his girlfriend and his parents have made the trip from Finland to be in attendance here at the World Finals in Las Vegas. After he qualified, he took a 2-week break, and then he decided to practice 4 hours a day, and that paid off because he just scored and tied the game.
Yeah, I've seen Artuzio do that same move again and again. Every time he gets a breakaway, he is able to bury it with that little forehand hold over to the right side. Nice shot by Artuzio, and we have a tie game.
Here it is one more time. A beautiful, that was very quick from backhand to forehand, and every competitor here, the margin of competitiveness of competition is so slim. When you have the final 6 like this, all of them will be able to pick corners like that.
Yeah, you just have to, especially when there's those breakaways. They're going to make the most of good opportunities. If they have a one-timer in front, if they get a breakaway, it's going to go into the back of the net 90% of the time.
Fool actually said about Artuzio when we spoke with him yesterday that it's silly to underestimate Artuzio in this tournament. Some rankings had Artuzio dead last going into the finals, and Fool said don't even pay attention to that because you can't underestimate anybody when you get to this level. We have a delayed penalty. And that will be against Artuzio. Fool will go on the power play.
I completely agree with what you were saying, though. Artuzio lost his first game to Eki 2-7 in the Europe qualifiers. He made his way all the way back through the losers bracket. Obviously, he has been down before. He can string together some wins. We'll see if he gets hot here in this game.
Power play for Fool. We mentioned that he is very calm mentally. He rarely gets rattled. In fact, he started a new job the Monday after he qualified for the World Finals. And he said he wasn't concerned about that. He woke up Monday morning for the job, and he was more concerned about the flight to Las Vegas because he'd never been on a plane. By the way, the plane went fine. He fixated on the exit sign, apparently, I've been told. Sources say.
Also at that job interview, he said he got recognized by the trainer at his job from the NHL Gaming World Championship.
I saw you on NHL's Instagram. That's right. 55 seconds left in the power play. One thing you'll notice throughout the World Championship Finals is that the power play, yes, it is a man advantage, but not often do you see power play goals, and you will see more shorthanded goals than in the actual NHL. Why is that, Nasher?
Yeah, especially when you're on the power play, you want to play as aggressive as possible. Sometimes that leaves your guys in bad positions, and the opponent can just rush up the ice quickly, countering their plays and their setup, and that's why we see those shorthanded goals.
Artuzio in black, Fool in white. And Artuzio spent a lot of time on the penalty kill in the offensive zone. As you see there, exactly what Dasher said. Here comes Fool across the line. Trying to make that pass to Hornquist. That was a sauce pass, by the way. He still has the puck, possessing it in the offensive zone. There's Dumoulin for Artuzio. Schultz skating back for the puck around the dasher. Dumoulin again to Sidney Crosby. Sid the Kid has the puck dangling to Phil the Thrill, who will circle around. Kessel still has it. Loses the puck, and that will be a penalty.
The one thing about the penalties is if you get a 5-on-3, that's when the goals happen, 100%. There's just so much open space. It's impossible to stop the one-timers that happen. We'll see, maybe he grabs another penalty here. We can see what happens.
Watch out for the penalty trouble from Fool. In the regional finals in Canada, there was one play in which he got 3 penalties in one hockey play. I have never seen that, real or video game, ever.
I never have myself. I've played a lot of hours of NHL 18, never 3-1. Hopefully that doesn't happen to him again today.
Well, he has the puck in the offensive zone. While on the penalty kill, the saucer pass to Hangelin didn't make it, but he will be trying that a lot. We're going to see a lot of one-timer attempts, and a lot of them will convert. Why is that, Nashville?
Yeah, there's just certain shots in this game that will go in more often than others. If you get a one-timer in front, sometimes you do a D-to-D pass at the blue line. Those will be good opportunities as well. There's just wristers mid-slot, lots of things that can lead to those opportunities.
And if you perform a lot of poke checks, that will lead to penalties like this one right here. We're going to see a trip. There it is. That is the Ardo Cal special, the poke check trip. I'm sure a lot of people watching this can relate to exactly what just happened there, because you probably get a lot of penalties like that.
The poke check's a scary one. You know, you risk it, you poke a little bit too much, and it leads to things like that. Arda loves the tripping on the poke.
Yeah, it happens a lot. We're 4-on-4. The score is tied at 1. Artuzio in black, Fool in white. We could very well go the remainder of the way in this tournament with everybody selecting Pittsburgh. Here's a 2-on-1 for Artuzio now. Skating back is Fool, trying to cut the passing lane. He still has the puck. He's circling around. He has it possessive. Letang to Crosby. He misses the one-timer. Crosby has it again. Crosby loses the puck to Crosby. Crosby takes it out of the zone. I might be the only play-by-play person in hockey that could be able to say that.
I don't think Doc Emmerich has ever said that, as acknowledged.
Crosby has the puck again. Gensel keeps it in the zone, but Dumoulin intercepts. Artuzio has the puck. Artuzio dumps it on net. Murray will make the save. You would never ever see that in real hockey, just passing the puck in front of the crease on an open net, but this is NHL 18, so certain things will happen that you just don't normally see.
Yep, Artuzio actually tries that a lot. He tries to force those passes maybe a little bit more than other players in this competition. Whenever there's a guy going backdoor, he likes to pass it as quick as possible, and a lot of those get intercepted.
We asked young Gren about Fool. They played each other 3 times in the regional finals. Gren said that he makes a lot of great passes, he plays good manual defense, and he has a good sidestep deke. So look for all of that as Artuzio takes a shot and misses the net.
And Artuzio has been defined as kind of an overall player. He's not specifically good at one thing. He's very good at everything. So we see his defense, we see his offense, we'll see his special teams, and we'll see how it plays out here today.
2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second period. The score is still tied at 1. Artuzio mathematically eliminated. He can play the role of spoiler. Fool needs a win here desperately to keep his hopes alive. Letang has the puck. Down to Kuhnhackl. Kuhnhackl to Juris. Juris to Dumoulin. A big wind-up, but Murray is there. Back comes Artuzio. Spins around Savardian style. There's Sherry. Sherry to Rust. Rust will pull back up. Nice advanced move right there. The clock ticks away at the end of the second period. Rust has time for one more chance, and there it is, some EA magic, and it's 2-1 for Fool.
Fool, with seconds remaining, decides to throw a shot on net. He didn't have time to do anything else. Might as well toss it top corner, and there it is. Look at Father Fool celebrating. So excited.
Father Fool, also known as Father Bruna. And you guys, what happened here? What is this going to do to the momentum for Artuzio?
One of the urban legends, the myths, if you will, is always get the puck on net as the clock ticks away under 10 seconds. Magic seems to happen. We've seen it in the regional finals, and we're seeing it here again. It's 2-1 at the end of the second.
He has an incredible cheering section, you guys. I mean, here in Las Vegas, the parents are standing up. They look even intense.
Yeah, a little bit nervous from them, it looks like. I saw Fool's dad yesterday. He's just getting up, being himself. Look at this guy's smile on his face. You can see them looking at themselves in the scoreboard
All
there.
smiles as well. So Fool takes a 2-1 lead going into the third period. Let's drop the puck.
Fool, certainly a very supportive family. We can all wish to have a support system like that as we go on to attempt to win a world championship, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone here has supportive parents that have helped them and guided them along the way. You see a lot of parents that are upset at their kids for playing too much video games. These guys are out here supporting their kids as they should be.
Mata has the puck. Back to Letang, will shoot wide. Kessel keeping possession alive for Artuzio. Murray covers up. This is the game of the most qualifiers, 7 between them. Fool took all 4. Artuzio took 3. He lost the first game of the regional final 7-2 to Eki, but powered his way through and beat all the perennial favorites in that regional finals to make it here.
Yeah, I gotta say, that's incredible too. Playing in 4 of those qualifiers, they are all-day
Fool
events.
scores! It's 3-1!
Wow, what a play by Fool. There it is, a nice little wrister. He's continuing to bring this shot. We talked earlier about the precision of these guys, able to pick those corners again and again. If you give them open space, they will bury it. Top left corner there, nice shot.
How difficult is it to pick corners like that? We are seeing the creme de la creme. Of course, they are able to do this, but just talk about the amount of practice that it would take to be able to perfect, to be able to take a shot like that in a phone booth and pick exactly where you want to shoot.
Right, I saw these guys in practice mode, even you know, the days leading up to this tournament. They're just here again and again, resetting the clock, going and just shooting those shots. And it's amazing because they have so many different things that they can do, and they're able to do it perfectly every time, as we saw there by Fool.
Fool has the puck again, takes a shot that might have skimmed the outside of the post. Still has it. To Gensel, that was a one-timer. Murray makes the stop. Dumoulin will clear the zone. In the neutral zone now is Fool in white, Artuzio in black. Fool keeping his finals hopes alive. Of course, there are a tiered system of money is on the line and bragging rights certainly, particularly as it pertains to the countries. This is a Canada versus Finland matchup. We are seeing right here the first matchup of round number 4. Brassard has a full breakaway. He will shoot, but Murray makes the stop. Sheahan on the counterattack, a 2-on-1 forming. Sheahan will make the pass. Gets pinned against the boards. Hagelin has it now. Hagelin also pinned against the boards. Rust battling after it. It looks like Artuzio will keep possession. Sheahan looking for the pass back to the point. Sheahan will bring it to the hash marks, but instead it's Brassard. Pulls up. The puck is loose in the neutral zone. Sheahan has it. Will bring it into the offensive zone. Artuzio. The pass went nowhere. Murray keeps the play going. There's Alexiak. Alexiak takes the shot. Murray with the glove. Rust. Alexiak has it again. 8:40 left in the third period. Fool up 3-1. Fool in white, Artuzio in black. Fool behind the net. Crosby gives up the puck. Almost served up a pizza. Here's Malkin. Back to the point, back to Malkin. Give and go. At the point, Artuzio makes a pass to no one. Perhaps to Mario Lemieux's ghost. Happens to be on the ice. Probably watching from the stands right here. An animated Mario Lemieux with 5 Stanley Cup rings. Here's Rust. To Crosby. There's Hagelin. Looking for a pass in front of the net. The puck will actually clear the crease. Crosby has it for Fool. Fool up 3-1, under 4:20 left in the third. Kessel has it. Good defensive play from both players here in this third period, Nasher.
Yeah, really both guys not able to get into the zone here. It's a lot of neutral zone pressure. They're stepping up, they're poking the puck as quick as possible, but here comes Fool with an opportunity. A good shot there covered up by Artuzio.
Fool still has the puck. A one-timer by Sheahan. Murray makes the stop. You'll notice that no matter what the score is, you might see players run up the score because goal differential might factor in if players are tied in the standings. Sheahan misses the one-timer. Hornquist, we have a minute left in the third period. Fool still with a 3-1 lead. Looking for more. Alexiak has the puck. A little stutter. Deke right there. Artuzio has it. What can he do with 45 seconds left to go? To Letang. Letang to Gensel. Gensel makes some space. Back to Aston Reese, a beautiful pass there, but Murray makes the save. 30 seconds to go. There's a delayed penalty. Artuzio will go on the power play with 28.9 seconds to go.
And one thing to note here, there is 28.9 seconds left. I don't know if we're going to see Artuzio pull the goalie here.
We're seeing a pause here. This is due to timeouts, correct?
Yeah, he's decided to call a timeout. That's going to replenish his lines to full strength. They have full energy. They'll be at their max speed. But we'll see. I could see him deciding to pull the goalie just because he has the power play. But in most instances, it's going to be too easy for the opponent to put one on the board.
And that's why we won't see, maybe we will because there's such high stakes here, but usually we don't see the goalie being pulled because of the risk is much higher in this video game.
Right, all you have to do is get to the neutral zone, hit up on the analog, and it usually goes into the net.
Here's Gensel. Maybe time for one more opportunity here. Gensel circles around. Murray makes the save. Dumoulin has it as the game comes to a close. Fool with a much-needed victory to keep his hopes alive. And the Fool family goes crazy.
Celebration for Fool X90. He is the winner of this round and a tremendous cheering section to boot. What's he saying there, guys? One more?
One more.
Just need one more from him. Big smiles all the way around from the fans that came all the way from Canada. He's got the support of the Montreal Canadiens, who gave him that beautiful jersey that says Fool X90 on the back. His dad's got the Canada flag with him. I mean, this is a lot of a cheering section, guys, for this one player.
He's very well loved, certainly, as you can imagine. One thing that his father was particularly proud of was going into the regional finals, the grand final of the regionals. It was young Gren against Fool, and Fool had the advantage. Gren had to win twice, Nasher, in order to become the champion of Canada. But beforehand, they made a little gentleman's agreement with the $5,000. Fool went up to Gren and said, hey, do you want to split this money and have some fun out there? Gren obliged, and his dad was particularly proud that his son would have a moment like that.
Yeah, that's very cool of him, especially having the lead. He had the opportunity to steal all that money from Youngren, just winning one game. Very nice guy, obviously, a lot of respect, especially to hold true to that agreement. Despite him winning, he still split the money. What a good guy.
Good camaraderie, lots of good teamwork. All right, let's get back to the highlights and show you what happened here in this match. And it looked like early on, did you think that Fool X90 had control of this game?
It really looked like he did. He was in the offensive zone a lot. He was making great passes there. And after what seemed like an odd situation, Artuzio not getting that goal, maybe it was offside, perhaps that was the call there. But then Fool was able to fire on all cylinders, making great passes. He stops right there. He is just like taking shots in a phone booth match.
Yeah, he can do it all, and he scored that last-second goal, which was absolutely huge. Incredible play by him. You can see his energy. You can see his mother's energy. They're all just so into this thing. Fool, I love seeing him succeed. He did really well in his first.
And a nice handshake there from Artuzio. So here are the standings now, guys, and that's a big win for Fool 90.
Artuzio, of course, 0-4. But Fool keeps his hopes alive. So a few things need to happen if he wants to be able to qualify for the finals. But remember, there is a tiered system of money. So the higher they get at the final standings, the more money they make.
Anything's possible, guys. It's Vegas, baby. Let's send it down to Andrea.
Thank you, Catherine. I'm here with Fool, who is shaking out those nerves because you are back in the mix. How you feeling?
Great. Yeah, he was a great opponent. I knew it was going to be a tough one, but I felt like I played way better than yesterday, so I'm thrilled.
You are not the only one that felt that way. Your cheering squad did too. Tell me about Mom, Dad. They are all here. They're excited for you. When you made it to Vegas, was Mom like, I'm booking a ticket for the family? What was that like?
Oh, it was immediate. We're all going. Everybody, my friend even said he was going to come if I was going to make it, so I'm happy they're all here.
They're happy to be here too, right, guys? All right, now the Montreal Canadiens also are supporting you. You got a jersey from them with your name on the back. What was that like?
When they first showed me that, there was like a little dream, like little kid's dream come true. I was freaking out. I always wanted to see my name on a jersey, and like it brought me to tears that day. I was freaking out.
Did it come in the mail? Did they knock on your door like the lottery?
They invited me to the Bell Center to come and meet them, and it was a special moment.
Wow, well, now that you're back in the mix, special moments just keep on coming. We're excited for you going into the next match. What is your strategy?
Win.
Love it. One word, win. And with that, Catherine, back to you.
All right, thanks so much. We have one match in the books, and coming up next, an American with a very American name. John Wayne tries to get back on track. We will see when we return to the Gaming World Championship.
Nothing screams Vegas baby like the breakaway by Fanatics, the Vegas Golden Knights jersey inspired by the NHL's newest fans. Designed with the easy folding team crest, you can truly wear your night on your sleeve.
Sold. Thanks, Marc-Andre Fleury. Hey, how was it in Vegas?
Nice, but it's a little hot.
You're not walking around with this getup on, are you?
No, not all the time.
Okay, cool.
Get your authentic NHL gear at shop.nhl.com. As official gets.
Welcome back to the NHL Gaming World Championship at the Esports Arena, Las Vegas. And guess what made its way earlier this week around this great city? The Stanley Cup, and it made a visit to Esports Arena. The Cup has made quite a few visits to Las Vegas as of late. Always fun when the Cup is in the house, and that Cup right now being paraded around by the Washington Capitals. Meanwhile, a $100,000 prize pool, guys, and $50,000 on the line just today for the first place winner. Look at all that money available for these guys. $5,000 went to each regional winner.
First of all, I'm shocked that Alexander Ovechkin let the cup out of his sights. I thought it was stitched to his hands by now. Yeah, unbelievable.
The nerves certainly rising for young Gren. We'll take a closer look at him in a moment. But you guys, I mean, what is he thinking? Right? He's making me nervous watching him. It's
a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation for young Gren. He's very respectful. He's humble when you're talking to him in person, even in interviews when the cameras are on. But that Mr. Hyde comes out when he is playing the game, especially when he's running up the score. That's when he pounds the chest. That's when he turns to his opponents and says, "You can't let that happen to you." That's where the passion comes out.
All right, and let's get a closer look at this young player.
My name is Matthew Grenier. I'm from Quebec, and my gamer tag is Young Gren. I'm still in high school. I'm a junior. I like to be as good offensively as I can be. I think I score more than anyone else. I can score from anywhere. I'm really confident. If I come out here and I play as good as I can, I won't lose to anybody. I grew up playing hockey. I've played hockey my entire life. So I think that kind of, I see plays on the ice that I would see in real life. I like to get my opponent's head when I play. When I score a really nice goal, I stand up and say, "You can't let that happen to you. I'm in your head." If I win, it'll be, unreal. I mean, probably one of the best moments of my life, honestly. Not everyone can say they're the best in the world or something, so that'd be super cool.
Super cool indeed. He's got his Capitals hat. He's ready to go, guys.
What was super cool is he was able to watch his beloved Washington Capitals win the Stanley Cup with his family, but he could win a championship here as well. He's got a long road, but it's possible.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough to go up against John Wayne. This is our first look at one of the American players in the field, guys.
Yeah, we've got John Wayne, super exciting player to watch, very, very nice guy. He brought his friends and family from Anchorage, Alaska, where in the wintertime there are 20 hours of nighttime there, so they have so much time just to practice up on NHL 18, get ready to go, and obviously it has helped him in this tournament. We'll see how he plays here today.
Very creative is John Wayne.
Yes, and John Wayne telling us that he wants to make a down payment on a house perhaps if he wins this tournament. So these players, high stakes here, $50,000 on the line. Let's check out the action, guys.
This is our second game of round number 4. John Wayne taking on young Gren, Canada versus the United States of America. I think Fool's family set the bar in terms of how loud the audience can be. Well, we might have some competition in Friends of John Wayne, because if all indications are correct, they're going to be bringing the heat.
Yeah, I saw them with their American clothing. They said they were going to go look for cowbells to bring, so listen out for those in the crowd.
Shout out to the Alaska Aces of the ECHL. And now game is underway. Again, Pittsburgh taking on Pittsburgh. That is offside. Young Gren controlling the white Pittsburgh Penguins. John Wayne controlling the black Pittsburgh Penguins. John Wayne, due to who he has lost in this competition thus far, unable to qualify for the finals. But as we mentioned, plenty of tournament money on the line. So the more these players are able to win here today, the more money they can make. And hey, it's always better to say you're the third best in the world than maybe the fifth.
Absolutely, and I talked to him beforehand. He wasn't fazed by the fact that he didn't make the finals. He still had a huge smile on his face. He's happy to be here. He wants to put on a show for his friends and family, and I think he'll be doing that in this game.
Young Gren, as we mentioned, many of these players actually play hockey, as we have a little bit of a scare there for John Wayne. a lot of these players play hockey. Young Gren bringing the puck into the zone, looking for that one-timer pass. Young Gren, a goaltender. In fact, we have a lot of goaltenders. It seems like goaltenders, once they stop playing hockey at the highest competitive level they can, they either make great hockey analysts on television or they make great NHL 18 players, as evidenced by this tournament.
Well, clearly everyone wants Matt Murray, but also why does everyone pick Pittsburgh, you guys?
They're just so good. They're so powerful. Young Gren actually had used Tampa Bay in the first 2 games of the tournament, decided to switch over to Pittsburgh. He won his game there. Now I think we've seen his strategy. He's going to go with Pittsburgh here again today.
You said it. He lost both games as Tampa, so he technically is undefeated as the Pittsburgh Penguins. And that means that all 6 players in this tournament will use the Pittsburgh. It's going to be an all Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, stand up. You have been well represented in this World Championship final. As John Wayne has the puck. A shot there. Murray makes the easy stop. Using that vertical horizontal to his advantage there was Matt Murray, the animated version. Olimata has the puck in the neutral zone. Brassard bringing the puck forward. Derek Brassard has the puck for John Wayne. As you notice from the, a one-timer attempt right at the doorstep too. Matt Murray makes the stop. He will cover up, but he will play the puck. And again, you will see that a lot in this tournament. Here's Brassard to Hagelin. Young Gren now. Young Gren is, you could consider Young Gren to be the most creative player in this tournament. He scored the most different ways. Wraparounds, one-timers, wrist shots. He has so much creativity, does Young Gren.
Yeah, and he's not afraid to get really, really creative with one-handers, special dekes. He'll go into the corner, pull back, skate backwards out of the corner towards the front of the net, and bury it on the left side. We've seen him do it again and again, and we might see him do it here in this game.
One thing he noted to us after the regional finals was he figured that he didn't play so well, actually, despite the fact that he qualified for Vegas. He said he didn't play his best. He wanted to make some changes to his lifestyle, so he got on a better sleep schedule. He made sure he got 8 hours a day of sleep, and he didn't stay up past midnight, and he also cleaned up his diet. No sugars, no sodas, eating salads for lunch. He made sure that he was in prime condition going into these finals.
Yeah, I saw him earlier in the warm-ups. There was a can of Coca-Cola there was a Pepsi, there was a water, and he decided to go for the water and a banana, man. You got to respect it. He used to be staying up until 4 a.m. every single night. Now he goes to bed before midnight going up to this tournament.
Sounds like a real NHL player, you guys.
Exactly. Maybe he got some tips. Speaking of real NHL players, I believe we have a penalty here. Hold that thought there. And it will be Gren going on the power play. He is in the offensive zone. 6:53 left in the first period. Score is still tied at 0. That one-timer attempt will not go. We will see a lot of one-timers in this tournament. Gensel in front had a great opportunity again, and he scores. The second time is the charm. 1-0 for Gren.
There is the young Gren staring down the camera as he always does. And we talked earlier about the power plays that they weren't successful. Young Gren actually showed us there a perfect power play. 2 to 3 good opportunities in a row, bringing it behind the net, and a nice one-timer in front.
I love the sly look at the camera, like this is just the beginning, folks. Stay tuned.
Yeah, before he scores goals, I think he's prowling the crowd to find out where the camera is to look at it and stare it down.
So 1-0. Jake Gensel got the goal, by the way. Brassard got the assist for those keeping score at home. It's 1-0 for Young Gren. John Wayne, known to counterattack very well. Look at that, using the back skate to position himself. That was how Young Gren scored the goal of the tournament in the Canadian Regional Finals.
Yeah, I completely agree, and that's a great play, especially as you enter the zone. As they enter it, they go backwards towards the offensive zone, towards the net, and it really tricks up opponents trying to play good defense.
Malkin for John Wayne. John Wayne in black, Young Gren in white. Both of them Pittsburgh. Kessel to Malkin. Here comes John Wayne. Malkin creating space. Kessel looked for that one-timer. Great defensive effort there by Young Gren. Skating back after it. John Wayne, a fan of the Arizona Coyotes. He was born in Arizona, then moved to Anchorage, Alaska, went to the same high school, different years, of course, as Scott Gomez. Of course, Scott Gomez, he scores! Speaking of John Wayne right there, Scott Gomez is probably smiling at Anchorage. It's tied at 1.
What a goal by John Wayne, just sticking to his game. He's been down multiple times in this tournament, in the U.S. Regional. He always fights back. You talked about his counterattack. There's a pretty quick one to get him back. Nice little feed there in front to the left side.
Malkin scores the goal. On the backhand. Top cheese. That's where Grandma keeps the peanut butter. 1:37 left in the first period. It is tied at 1. Juris picks up an assist, gets on the board. John Wayne, after he qualified for the World Championship final, he got a call from his idol growing up, Shane Doan. Left him a voice message congratulating him, wishing him well in the finals. And so far, Shane Doan would even be proud of this period for John Wayne, who tied it up. It's 1-1.
John Wayne sporting his Coyotes hat there and evening up the score in this very important match, and that was a huge goal for him in order to get momentum going into the second period here, Nasher.
Absolutely, and John Wayne never gives up. We've seen it again and again. He plays his game. He could be down 3 goals at one point. He will always bring it back, always keep fighting until that very last buzzer.
Who do you think has more nerves right now? Is it young Gren or is it the veteran John Wayne?
One thing that Fool said about young Gren is that this is his year. He has the bullseye on his back. He's been winning tournaments, and here he is in the World Finals. He's 16 years old. I really feel like Gren, that would get to anybody, but young Gren is really able to compose himself and take that all in stride.
And on the other side, John Wayne, he has plenty of his friends and his family here, all here cheering him on. Obviously, there's a little bit of nerves going into that, but I think he's going to build off that as the game progresses.
All right, let's drop the puck. Second period now, guys.
We are tied at 1. To add on to that, young Gren has said that he had a little bit of trouble trying to practice for this tournament. He did try and play one top player every day, but just trying to scrim online, a lot of players wouldn't play him because they saw his gamer tag and they said, nah, I don't want to lose this game, and then they just ducked out.
Yep, absolutely, and there's also that Alaskan connection. It's tough to play up in Alaska, so he's never playing on a good internet connection. Now he has the chance to do it here on the big stage, which is usually in his favor, especially at the regionals.
Speaking of John Wayne, actually, he did mention that he didn't play so well against players. I believe we have a penalty here, and yes, that will be holding. Chris Letang will go to the box and feel Shane. Let's see it again. You just can't do that to Sidney Crosby.
No, Sidney Crosby was down there. He decided, hey, I don't want Crosby to score. I'll just hold him as long as possible. Resulted in a little holding penalty there.
John Wayne, there's a one-timer there by Gren. Gren in white, John Wayne in black. Mentioned that John Wayne had trouble, was struggling against top players, was consistently losing practice games, but he also said that happened going into the regionals. So really, when the spotlight is on, John Wayne is able to deliver.
Absolutely, and that's all this tournament is about. It's about who gets hot at the right time, finding the best players in the heat of the moment, and John Wayne proving that he's able to play under pressure, no problem.
In saying that, of course, we should mention that John Wayne technically, mathematically eliminated from making the finals. He said he had an average first day. He said that he could have done a little bit better, but he picked up some notes along the way, and he looks to bounce back as we get another penalty there. That will be tripping, the poke check trip. Have a look at it one more time. Again, Crosby drawing those penalties.
And we talked earlier about the 5-on-4 not being a huge advantage. Young Gren earlier in this game was able to use the 5-on-4 really, really well. Now we are on the 5-on-3. He's going to have so much space to set up those one-timers.
Face-off won by John Wayne. He is considered to be the best face-off person in this tournament.
Yeah,
the highest winning percentage.
We saw him in the regionals. He was able to really set up a lot of plays in the offensive zone by tying up the other centerman. He could open up those cross-crease one-timers or set up good shots from the point.
Great dump there as the 5-on-3 expires. We still have 53 seconds left in the power play. Young Gren has the puck. Looking for that pass. Malkin steals the puck away, does Young Gren. Another penalty. Brassard with a shot misses the net. Still with control is Young Gren. You don't want to give him the puck behind the net there. Very dangerous position. Again, has another crack at it. He has scored many wraparounds in this tournament. And finally, the slashing call is made.
Yeah, John Wayne's got to be getting a little bit frustrated on defense. He's poke checking. He's trying to stick lift, resulting in slashing. He's trying to hold people along the boards. He's gotten a penalty for all 3 good ways to play defense. Really going to shake him up here in the second period.
This certainly an important match for Ljunggren. If he wins here, he keeps his hopes alive. He is very much looking forward to his matchup in round number 5, as he will face Eki. And look, you can see he's working on that wraparound. We will see Ljunggren do that. He's done it 3 times in the last 3 minutes. He still has the puck at the top of the circle. Phil Kessel misses the net. Malkin picks up the rebound. Malkin loses it. Here's Dumoulin for John Wayne. Scores tied at 1. John Wayne in black, Ljunggren in white. Ljunggren looking forward to playing Eki. That is his remaining match in round number 5. He literally told us, there is one match I'm looking forward to, and there's one person I'm looking forward to shutting up, and that is Eki. Based on Eki's comments coming into this tournament, Gren thought, you know what, you're a little too confident. I'm going to put you in your place.
Yeah, it was very interesting because Eki's comments weren't necessarily about Gren or the Canadians. He spoke more on the U.S. players. Gren still took offense to that confidence that Eki showed, and he wants to shut him up in this tournament.
Still to come, the big matchup of round number 4, Eki taking on Junior Pens. If Eki wins, he qualifies for the finals. Junior Pens already qualified. A battle of the proverbial titans here at the World Championship Finals. Murray has the puck and will cover up.
Ljunggren has attempted that same wraparound, you're right, 3, 4, 5 times, even a couple times in a row here in the second. It's not paid off for him yet, but if he's able to get those to go, we could see him build a pretty big lead here.
John Wayne collects the puck. Junior Pens played him in the regional finals. He said of John Wayne that he plays a simple, slow game. He waits and creates space. Nothing fancy, but very effective.
Another point to make here, John Wayne has spent so much time studying other players. He said he even fell asleep watching the playbacks of the regionals again and again because he watched it so many times. So obviously he has his opponents figured out. We'll see if it comes in today.
Now that's because he was watching so many hours, not because of boredom, right?
Oh, maybe it's a little bit of both. Maybe he's bored of the other players' bad gameplay. Who knows?
You guys had this match circled for a while. This is a huge match with both players 1 and 2 in the tournament.
Exactly. Ljunggren, I mean, one of the favorites in any tournament that he enters, especially this last year. And John Wayne surprised so many people, Nasher, that it's surprising that he went 1 and 2 in the first day.
Yeah, going into the regionals, we either thought he was going to be the best player in the entire tournament or the worst player just because of the connection and the unknown.
Here's a breakaway, a partial break, looking for that one-timer. Murray right there. Hagelin, here's the counterattack for Ljunggren. In the neutral zone, Hagelin brings it forward. Hagelin has it for Brassard. Brassard scores! Snipes it, bar down.
Bar down and into the net. Look at the smile on Ljunggren's face. We talked earlier about finding that open space. Ljunggren did it. He had one opportunity at a wide open shot, and that one goes barring in.
He shakes his head like he was the one that was just scored against, guys, but he's obviously under a lot of pressure right now.
Ljunggren felt like the chips didn't necessarily fall in his favor in day number 1, especially against Full. He hit the post 5 times. He felt like it was almost as if he was agitated that he just couldn't get into that groove.
And I wonder if he's worried too about using Tampa, that decision to use Tampa. Now he's using Pittsburgh. We see him up 2-1. He hasn't lost a game since he made the switch. We'll see if he looks back at that disgusted.
What is the difference when you switch teams? Is it a different strategy you're using because you have different players on the ice?
That's a big part of it, and also he's had a good amount of practice with both Tampa and Pittsburgh. He usually just gets into a role and sticks with that team. Tampa wasn't working out for him, so hey, make the switch to Pittsburgh and it's paying off.
The face-off clogged up at the face-off circle. Ljunggren escapes with it behind the net, takes a slap shot picked up by Malkin. Creates space just like the Canadian regionals. Yeah, step away. That controller is way too hot. Think on it, folks. Think on it.
I just saw Ljunggren. He lip-read, "I'm in your head" to the camera. He knows he's in his head. That is one of the best goals we've seen of this tournament so far. That pullback, that is the Ljunggren special. As he goes into the corner, fakes that he's going around the back of the net, decides to cut in, and he's able to get that on the left side every single time.
That is the kind of move that the audience will see and practice at length. That is the kind of move that wows the audience and says, I have to give that a try. And young Gren has it to perfection.
Absolutely, and he makes it look so easy, but I can promise you that is a very, very difficult move to pull off, especially against good defenders like John Wayne.
And that is the confidence that this player's going to need in order to advance to the next opponent, you guys. And my goodness, does he have it right now.
Young Gren is feeling that confidence. He is feeding off of the crowd. He loves the cameras around him. And he has a 3-1 lead with 40 seconds to go. And by the way, John Wayne was on the power play. We should probably mention that.
Yep, those shorthanded goals again and again. John Wayne had his power play, ended up going against him.
Scott Gomez would not like that, by the way, as he runs the power play for the New York Islanders. And here we are, the clock winding down in the second period. And this young player has a heck of a lot of momentum going to the third, guys.
Yeah, young Gren, man, especially after scoring those nice goals, that's very, very important. You score a beauty goal, it kind of gets into their head, like young Gren likes to say, and I think John Wayne's going to be pretty frustrated, especially with his the penalties he's been taking again and again.
Playing to the cameras as well. He's coming for your job next, Nasher.
Look at that goal. Look at that goal. And of course, yeah.
Drop the mic.
See you later. Can anyone do any better than that? He's thinking in that moment, right?
That's right, but he still has one more period to play, so game not over yet. John Wayne knows that very well with his experience. He's kind of smirking too, guys. I think he gets it. He sees the cachet this young Gren has next to him.
Here we go with our third period. 3-1 for young Gren controlling the white Pittsburgh Penguins. John Wayne in black. John Wayne has the puck in Gren's zone, collects it behind the net. Letang strips John Wayne of the puck. Here comes Chris Letang to Sid. Sid bumps into his own player, loses the puck. And that will be offside.
Right now, John Wayne's kind of struggling to get set up in the zone. Gren's playing that push defense, stepping up right at the blue line. Really, there's not anything he can do to get set up. We're going to have to see some strategy changes to open up the ice here in the third period.
We've been mentioning Alaska a lot. Of course, John Wayne lives in Anchorage. He also loves talking about Alaska, so much so that when you hear his passion about his home state, you want to book a ticket and visit the place.
Absolutely, yeah. John Wayne has sold me on a trip to Alaska, maybe this summer, maybe sometime soon. Maybe I'll go take a visit to him and see what this is all about.
There's Mata. In the neutral zone, Dumoulin has it for young Gren. Brings it into the zone. Looking for Malkin between the hash marks. Gets stripped of the puck. Letang now on the counterattack. Still has it. He just loses the puck there. Gensel tried to poke it away. Mata chasing after it. Young Gren, a member of Simplicity Esports. Several esports organizations represented here in this tournament final, Nasha. Set to destroy a couple players as well. Fool, as you saw.
Yeah, and obviously these guys, they've brought other players that we saw in the regionals out here supporting their teammates too, which is really, really cool to see.
Nice cycle of the puck by John Wayne. Losing it there. Here's Hornquist. Passes it back to Sherry between the legs. He scores!
Oh my goodness, young Gren, what a pass. He puts it between his leg to the trailing offensive man. He gets that open space like we see, and every time there's space, he puts it into the back of the net.
There it is again. Matt Murray couldn't bring the blocker up in time. Sherry gets the puck. The one-timer converts.
And young Gren's favorite celebration, he loves to hit the A button. It just slides out to the ice. It's kind of humiliating. John Wayne obviously not going to be happy about that.
Anybody over the age of 30 is smiling every time a one-timer goes in, especially if you played NHL 94 growing up. And we have a penalty here. And it'll be young Gren going to the box. Or, pardon me, it'll be John Wayne going to the box. Gren with another power play. A beautiful pass from the point. What a goal on the power play.
Wow, what a play. He could have took the shot. He was wide open at the point for maybe a redirection. He decided to make a very, very creative play here. Passing to the guy coming to the front of the net, wraps around, his favorite move. Nice goal, young Gren.
Sidney Crosby tucks it home. Did I just do that? Was that me? Was that me? Did I just score?
I think he loves the cameras, guys. Just throwing it out there.
If he doesn't make the finals, he might just come into studio and join us as a fourth. He might
could
just
have an extra analyst. Why not?
bulldoze his way through
party,
the door.
young Gren.
Would he scream, "I'm in your head" to us? Because that might not be good.
Yeah, we have a job to do.
Yeah, that won't fly up here.
Here's John Wayne. Nice pass that he created space for himself. Dumoulin still has it. Schultz from the point. The puck is in front of the net. Murray covers up. Schultz has it. The other Schultz for young Gren. Up to Rust. Rust makes the pass. Schultz will interfere. Here's Dumoulin. Dumoulin to Crosby behind the goal line. Pinned against the boards. Kicks it out to Hagelin. Murray kicks it to his glove. Gensel. 5-1 for young Gren. Crosby again trying that move, but John Wayne intercepted it. He anticipated it and put his defender in perfect position.
Yep, John Wayne is really, really good at adapting to players as they play. You can see his great defense there. Unfortunately, he's down 5-1. He's really got to start pushing here if he wants a chance at a comeback.
There's a one-timer goal. It's 5-2.
Well, there he is. We said he needed to get one quick, and he did just that. That was actually a little saucer pass from the opposite corner to the opposite side. Great play by him. Really, really creative.
I think he just said imagine. That a beautiful saucer pass, though. What a pass.
Saucer passes in this game are very, very difficult too. With a traditional pass, it usually kind of auto locks, like you just have to aim a direction and pass. With the sauce pass, you have to be very, very precise. And now it looks like we are seeing a timeout from John Wayne to get those lines ready to go so he can be ready in the remainder of the third period.
How about that? Fool in the audience catching all the festivities. These players are also fans. It wouldn't surprise me to have all of them in the audience that didn't qualify for the finals watching along with our studio audience here at the Esports Arena Las Vegas. What a scene it is. The World Championship Finals here in the NHL Gaming World Championships. 4:20 left in the third period. It is 5-2 for young Gren, keeping his hopes alive. Crosby has it to Malkin. Malkin scores! Hold the phone. It's now 5-3.
Oh my, John Wayne back again. We said he gets down. I told you he's going to be down 3 goals at points in this tournament. There he is. There's his fans with the American flag, the Alaskan flag, standing up, cheering him on. He's going to build off this energy. He still has a chance to tie this thing up.
There it is again, John Wayne. Don't count him out just yet. So we have some virtual strategizing going on. 3:13 left. Enough time for 2 goals, Nasher?
Yeah, I think so. We probably won't see him pull his goalie, especially with the momentum that he's had. He's just going to keep this thing rolling as long as possible. Maybe pick up this lead here with 2.5 minutes remaining.
But it's young Gren on the attack. John Wayne strips Gren of the puck. What can Gren do here? Dumoulin across the line. Pinned against the boards. In comes Sherry. Hornquist in the neutral zone. Letang circles around. Gensel for John Wayne with 50 seconds to go. He needs 2 goals to tie it up. Broussard loses it. Back in the neutral zone. Chasing after the puck, 40 seconds to go in the third period. Still 5-3 for young Gren. Gren has the puck now with Connor Sherry. Kicks it down behind the goal line, around the dasher. Gren will get to it first, and it goes all the way back into Gren's zone with 30 seconds to go. Gren has it, skating it down the ice. He's at center ice, stripped of the puck. Kessel to Malkin. Malkin has Crosby open, looking for that saucer pass. Doesn't make it to Crosby. In front of the net, no. Gren has it, 10 seconds to go. Hagelin. And it looks like young Gren will hold on for a 5-3 victory. And now he is 2-2 across 4 games.
So the youngest player in this tournament, young Gren, accepting the congratulations and the parting ways with John Wayne, and he will move on, he and his personality, for the cameras guys to boot.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible to see young Gren come out here and score so many different style goals, so much confidence. He scored one-timers, he scored wraparounds. We saw his pull-back backward skating goal, one of the best of the entire tournament. He is an incredible player, and he is on the top of his game.
Okay, so young Gren, as Arda just mentioned, 2-2 now. And moving on to the next opponent as we take a look at the highlights from this match. And guys, it seemed like young Gren from the beginning had that swagger, but he also had the goal scoring as well.
When young Gren is at the top of his game, he is the most creative, he is the flashiest, and dare say, Nasher, the most exciting player to watch in NHL 18.
Oh, I completely agree.
He gets you out of your seat.
Yeah, absolutely. And he gets out of his own seat whenever he scores goals as well. There's John Wayne picking up a nice goal. John Wayne, we got to give it to him. He never gave up in this game. Down quite a bit, able to score a couple quick goals in a row to at least give him a chance against young Gren.
Young Gren just kept scoring.
And scoring and playing up to the cameras.
Have a drink of water, young man. You earned it. Look at this. He did the exact same move in the Canadian Regional Finals, and he did it here again.
Yeah, that is one of the best goals I have seen of this tournament. He just is amazing at what he does. He's able to play the crowd, and look at this play. A nice backwards, between the legs pass that leads to a goal.
And this on the power play, you thought it was a shot. In fact, it was a pass. That was very creative.
Yep, you love to see that. Great play by young Gren.
So it's John Wayne who will be exiting stage left in this one as we send it to Andrea in the Bridgestone Clutch Performance area. Andrea.
Thanks, Catherine. And you might notice something a little different about our friend John Wayne here, this playoff beard. Have you shaved it since you won?
I have not shaved it at all since I won the U.S. Regionals.
Well, I can tell. It looks good. Now, you were undefeated in the U.S. Regionals. What's next for you? And you've got quite the cheering squad here, right, guys? What's next for you?
It's been a total flip of the script. Everyone here is very good, so it's been tough. I think next for me, I'm going to definitely play 19. I'm looking forward to it. Very excited.
But before we get there, let's talk about the squad. You flew them over, of course, in Alaskan Airlines. They got first class?
Of course, yeah. They got first class on the way down.
Now, you've got quite the crew here. No matter what happens today, you're leaving here with a nice chunk of change.
Oh, yeah, and we're in Vegas, so we're going to go tear it up.
What are you going to do? I know you're going to buy them all a couple rounds.
Oh,
What's the plan for later?
Oh, we're going out for sure. We're celebrating.
All right, well, cheers to that. Future celebration. Cheers to all the Alaskan fans out there. They've got that flag repping you hard.
Oh, yeah, and American flag. Let's go.
And American flag. All right, Catherine, back to you.
All right, Andrea, thank you so much. I love the patriotic enthusiasm. John Wayne and his friends and family in attendance. And boy, he had a tremendous run, you guys.
What I took out of that interview was we need to be friends with John Wayne. Where should we fly first class on Alaska Airlines?
I mean, Alaska, perhaps?
Yeah,
I haven't been to Alaska before.
Right.
I'd like to go to Alaska.
Yeah, it's one thing to fly your friends out, but to fly all of them and to fly them first class, incredible. What a guy.
Yeah, what a guy indeed, and certainly he's going to stick around. He wants to cheer for everybody else as well. And we've got a huge match coming up next, you guys, as we have Eki and Junior Pens, the other American in this tournament.
Yeah, John Wayne has made it very clear. He's going to be, if not himself, he's going to be cheering for Junior Pens. He wants the red, white, and blue of the United States of America to be draped around that NHL Gaming World Championship trophy.
And here they are getting ready, the two of them, Junior Pens. What impressed you about his U.S. regional match, Nasher?
Yeah, Junior Pens, he has been so solid. He was able to make his way through the U.S. bracket. We saw him come here early and get off to a very fast start. It's incredible to see his gameplay, to play under this pressure, and to use the analytics to his advantage. Very cool to see.
And let's take a closer look at Junior Pens and what he's all about.
My name is David Roebuck. My gamer tag is Junior Pens 91. I'm from Fort, Pennsylvania. I played D1 club at Robert Morris University right outside Pittsburgh. I'm going to be a junior this upcoming semester. I'm currently an actuarial science major, but I'm thinking about switching to statistics and predictive analytics. I have a spreadsheet from both qualifiers on how my guys produce, and I take that into consideration for who I put where. The one thing I've noticed is the guys who are lower in points, it seems from my spreadsheets, that when I play other guys, they don't really score as much too, even if they have a decent overall. And I don't think a lot of people notice it, but I keep a mental note of it when I play in the back of my head during games. Because there's some players who have high overalls, but it's so hard to score with them. And there's some guys who are lower, and it seems like they always find the back of the net. And my dream job would be to work in the analytics department for an NHL team.
All right, and here he is. He's from Fort, Pennsylvania. Obviously, his favorite player is Sidney Crosby, and he was the second place finisher behind John Wayne in the U.S. Regional Final.
His second favorite player might be Dominic Simone. While every other player in this tournament might not even have Simone in the lineup, Junior Pens has him on the third line because he has performed consistently well for Junior Pens.
And as for Eki, here he is getting ready as well. And what do you like about this player?
Man, Eki is just so calm and cool. You said, some people would consider him cocky. Maybe there's a little bit of that, but really talking to him, he's a humble guy. He just has this confidence and he has this swagger. He knows that he is very, very good at this game. He's going to bring it every time, and we've seen him go 3-0 so far. Now he is facing the other 3-0 opponent, which should be an interesting match.
He's in the zone here, and these two players all about ready to face off in NHL 18. The collars popped. We're ready to go. Let's start the play, guys.
So this is the one you've been waiting for in this round. Eki taking on Junior Pens. Both of them undefeated in the World Championship Finals thus far. If Eki wins this one, this will be a rematch a little bit later on because they will be meeting in the Grand Finals. So Eki needs a victory. Junior Pens already qualified. He's already going to the finals, but he's playing this one for pride. And maybe, Nasher, because of Eki's comments before this tournament.
Yep, I'm sure that's affected Junior Pens as well. We talked about how Youngren was affected by those comments, those strong words to the USA players. Well, Junior Pens has shown up, and he is 3-0 in this tournament. Clearly, he's done well as an American here.
Eki in white, but it's Junior Pens in the blue that scores first. 1-0 for Junior Pens.
Oh my, we didn't even have time to look up, and he has already put a goal on the board. A great play off the face-off draw, able to get set up in the zone early, and a nice cross-crease one-timer.
Extremely impressive. What a role Junior Pens is on, especially because Eki plays such defensive NHL 18. Junior Pens able to expose Eki in this fashion so early in the game. It hasn't even been a minute. Derek Brassard was tied for top honors in terms of points for Junior Pens with Sidney Crosby. And he could be at it again. Eki looking for the counterattack here. Right in front of the net. A save there.
What is it, you guys, that's allowing Junior Pens to have such dominance lately? What's going on with him, Nasher?
His analytics have actually come in huge for him. He went into practice mode for hours and hours prior to the tournament, making sure he had his lineup perfectly set up, and it really has paid off for him. Everything is just clicking right now.
Junior Pens brings the puck into the zone to Gensel. Down to Hornquist, who's looking for the puck. An early goal from Junior Pens. Makes it 1-0. Eki, not necessarily used to being behind so early in the game. He actually has the lowest goals against in the finals. Only 4 goals against going up to this game. This is his 5th GA. And Junior Pens circling around again, trying to create some space. He's very good at doing that. Trying the wraparound attempt. Eki makes the stop. Here's Gensel. Gensel has it. Looking for Hornquist. Hornquist takes it. Here's Brassard. Eki with a possible 2-on-1, intercepted by Junior Pens. Mata up to Kessel. Kessel takes the shot. Murray in position.
One thing about Junior Pens that makes him a little bit different than other players, he will continue to shoot the puck as much as possible. We saw him take a shot there from along the boards. He'll shoot from the point. He'll take one-timers, riskers, everything. And he just wants to throw as many shots on net as possible.
They say you dress for the job you want. Eki actually came to rehearsals in a full suit that he also flew in from Finland. Think about that. 15 hours he wore that suit on a plane just to make a statement.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Him joined by his coach or fellow Finland, Playmaker, both of them fully suited up as they entered the hotel. I was in jeans and a t-shirt. I feel bad.
Yeah, me too.
You guys came here looking very professional, though. Nicely done.
The one and only time, right? This is the only time we'll do it. Shout out to Playmaker, though. He was one of the qualifiers for the European Regional Finals. He flew himself here from Finland to Las Vegas, just to be a part of the atmosphere, to also cheer on his fellow countrymen, particularly with Eki. He scrimmed against Eki a lot, giving him some pointers, helping him play at that elite level so that Eki could properly prepare for these finals.
Yep, Eki had said that he played a top player every single day for the month leading into the tournament. Playmaker, obviously one of those. They scrimmed quite a bit, and that has helped him out so far.
On the American side, Rick Chell, one of the qualifiers for the American Regional Finals, also in attendance. This means so much to these competitors. As Junior Pens has the puck in the neutral zone. It is 1-0 for Junior Pens. He scored inside a minute. Here is a partial break for Eki, who's looking for space. Alexiak to Dominic Simone. Hagelin has it. He will try the pass to Simone. Simone behind the net. Junior Pens spent the majority of his time. Oh, hang on a second. Eki has an opera. Look at that evasion. Oh, the backhand almost made it in. That would have been the goal of the tournament right there in the way that he was able to create that moment. A shot from the point by Junior Pens. Back to Ruedel. Still has it with 20 seconds to go in the first period. To Alexiak, back to Ruedel, he scores, ties it up late.
These last second goals are so huge in this tournament, taking the momentum from the first period, going to the second. Obviously, Eki very, very relieved about that goal. Great shot by him to set up the one-timer.
You won't see much emotion. As much as you'll see from a player like Young Gren, you will see the opposite from Eki. We have seen a stone-cold face, whether he's winning or losing.
Yep.
He is even keel, but you know that's coming from a place of confidence.
That's what we talk about, is his cockiness versus his confidence versus his humbleness. It's just so tough to tell with him.
End of the first, it's tied at 1.
All right, so we have quite a game here between these, so you can see the nerves of the fans even in attendance, because, guys, this is the biggest match we've seen yet today, as these two undefeated players are going head-to-head, and if Eki wins, it'll be Eki against Junior Pens.
Yep, Eki obviously has a lot of pressure in this game. He wants to succeed. He wants to just end this now, make it to the finals. Junior Pens obviously going to play strong, though. He's got a ton of fans in attendance as well. He wants to put on a show for them, and this is going to be a very tight game until the end.
And you can imagine that Young Gren is watching very closely, because if Junior Pens happens to win, then there's a chance that Young Gren can get into that final match. So he's looking at the strategy of these players as well right now.
All those scenarios go out the window. There's Young Gren watching intently from the audience. You said it, Catherine. All those scenarios go out the window if Eki wins this game. So all of these players that are still hanging on by a thread are hoping Junior Pens goes completely undefeated as we start the second period. We asked Artuzio about the play of Eki. He said he plays irritating trap hockey. I think that's the sound of 30-somethings in Newark clapping. Crosby has the puck for Eki to Malkin. Back to Crosby. Crosby behind the net. To Malkin, looking for that one-timer. Kessel, meanwhile, for Junior Pens. Here comes Phil the Thrill. Around the face-off circle, Dumoulin will collect it back. Crosby gets knocked off the puck in the neutral zone. Kessel, again, he looks for Crosby, hits the outside of the post. Kessel to Crosby for Eki this time. Here's Kessel. Kessel looking for a pass there, but it made it all the way to Murray's pad. Letang. A huge hit in the neutral zone. Gensel back to Dumoulin. To Gensel. Brassard. Eki making some passes in the neutral zone. Here's Letang. Back to Jake Gensel to Hornquist. Matt Murray with the Johnny Bauer-esque poke check. Oli Mata at the point to Brassard. Loses the puck. Junior Pens swipes it up. Here is Hornquist. Some exciting play here in the second period. We are still tied at 1. Junior Pens in blue, Eki in white. To Mata. There's some cycling. Schultz with a windmill glove. Mata. Here comes Junior Pens. John Wayne spoke of Junior Pens and said that he plays conservative, likes to play down the middle. The flanks can sometimes be a concern. We've seen Junior Penn's down in every single game in this tournament thus far, but he finds a way to always get back.
Yep, and that's very difficult to do in this game. Usually when you're down, you start to get down on yourself mentally. But here's, Junior Penn's with another good opportunity. Looks like we've got a penalty.
That will be a trip. Schultz to the box. 9:02 left in the second period. We are tied at 1. A crucial game to reveal what will happen as we go to the grand finals. We work our way towards the grand finals. We still have a round to go, but if Eki wins here, both of the exact 2 players that you see on your screen right now will be the ones playing for $50,000. That will be a best-of-3 final. Right now, we are in round number 4. As Eki looks to take the lead, he has the puck behind the goal line. Has some space, but Crosby for Junior Pens takes it back. So a stick battle for the puck. And Crosby into the neutral zone. A little stutter there. A quick one-timer from the point. Here's Brian Dumoulin. Matt Murray makes the save. And still, Junior Pens has the puck. To Schultz at the point. Skates it to the top of the circle. Still possessing the puck. He really loves that Corsi. Crosby fakes the shot. Just over 5 minutes left to go in the second period.
One thing to note about Junior Pens, he says he doesn't care about puck possession or shots on goal, the amount of those things. All he cares about, there's a goal from Eki.
Wow.
Wow, the counter there, a little one-timer in front. Didn't expect that one, came a bit out of nowhere. That was all Junior Pens for like a minute or 2 straight. But there's Eki bringing it back quick.
There's that irritating trap hockey in full effect. He has let in only 5 goals here at the World Championship Finals, has Eki, and he takes a 2-1 lead here from Sheahan's shot from the top of the circle. A crucial goal for Eki's future in this tournament.
But like you said, we've seen Junior Pens down many times in this tournament. He will continue to fight back, especially going into this third period, with a good shot on goal there.
Not only did he take stats for his regional finals as Malkin comes in. Kessel all at the doorstep. Still has the puck. Murray with the save again. Dumoulin. But he kept it all through the online qualifiers. Very meticulous. As he mentioned, he had the opportunity in front of the net. The play still goes. Trying for that wraparound. He worked on wraparounds extensively yesterday before the first 3 games of this tournament. Hunwick has the puck. There's Matt Hunwick to Letang, a tip. Sheahan with a beautiful tip, but Murray stacked the pads.
Junior Pens, great puck possession here, throwing shots on net. We had a nice shot from the point that led to a redirect. He is just not able to get anything to go right now.
Schultz at the point. Back to Mata. 10 seconds to go in the second period. Eki with a 2-1 lead. Can he make it 3? Murray with the poke check. Gensel still has it. 1 second to go. It won't make it to Hornquist.
All right, so what a third period on the way, guys. Eki having a little bit of a advantage here, up a goal, but Junior Pens, what does he have to do to even up this score, Nasher?
It looks like he just needs to keep playing his game. He's got the offensive possession. We've seen him take quite a few shots that have been redirected and maybe just went a couple inches wide. If he can just get one of those to go, he'll tie this thing up.
And here's the go-ahead goal so far for Eki. What did you see on this play?
It was all Junior Pens for 2-3 minutes on the game clock. Eki just came up the ice, stuck to his game. Nice little one-timer across the slot.
He delivered the quick go-ahead goal, and that's where we are to start the third period of play.
And yes, a very crucial 20 minutes as Eki is up by a score of 2-1. I'm sure every other player in this tournament that still has a chance is wanting Junior Pens to tie this one up, as he is inside the offensive zone. Back to the point. Here's Kessel. Crosby misses the net. A wraparound attempt. You will see a lot of that from Junior Pens. When he was playing online, he noticed one particular player perform a fantastic wraparound move that Junior Pens then tried to perfect. And Hold the phone. Eki scores. It's 3-1.
It's the exact same play we just saw. Junior Penn's down in the zone. He tried his wraparound play. It didn't convert for him. Eki made his way up the ice. Just those quick counters are really changing the game for him right now as we see another one-timer to that right side off the post.
That is Eki's 12th goal of the tournament. And yeah, now he's showing the emotion. "17 minutes left in the third, and Eki is on pins and needles looking to find his way to the grand finals. As Junior Penn's pressing the action after that goal, Malkin can't get the shot through. Hornquist down to Gensel. It's a 2-on-0. He scores! Eki makes it 4-1.
Wow, a broken up play in the neutral zone leads to a great opportunity for Eki. The 2-on-0, instead of deciding to force the pass, he went with the breakaway and just decided to go with the backhander in front. That was because Junior Penn's tried to control his goalie, trip him up a little bit. Eki's not falling for that. Great play.
Backhand, forehand, back of the net. Eki can breathe a very small sigh of relief in this exact moment. He is 15 minutes and 15 seconds away from joining the man he is facing right now in the grand finals. Alexiak from the point. The shot is blocked. And here's the counter. Eki using the counterattack to perfection. Here's another 2-on-0. But Murray makes the stop this time. But again, that counterattack, Nasher.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's you can't even see it developing. It just happens so quick. The play's down there. Junior Penn's tries a wraparound. It gets split up. He just makes one or two quick passes up the ice, and it leads to those opportunities.
Four to 1 with over 13 minutes to go in the third. Here is Eki inside his own zone. Will try and make a pass through Junior Penn's. It will get there. Malkin has the puck. He scores again. A little trip up with the manual goalie, and now it is 5-1.
It is all Eki, and that is the same play we've seen him do again and again. He finds the open space through the neutral zone, makes one or two quick passes, and it leads to open opportunities like this. Malkin sitting in front on that left side. Great goal.
There are collective hearts breaking in the audience for those players that thought they still had a lifeline to make it into the final, and Eki is smiling wide as his opportunity to qualify for the grand finals is upon him. 12 minutes to go in the third period, a commanding 5-1 lead. And if you're treating this as a preview of the finals, then Eki clearly has the advantage.
Yep, and Eki has not lost a game this entire tournament or in his regionals. He has not lost a game in the NHL Gaming World Championship, so obviously he's super excited about this. Junior Penn's probably going to be studying up on Eki here. Despite being down 5-1, there's still a lot he can learn.
Eki told us yesterday that he doesn't think that the USA players seem skillful. It looked like that to him when he was watching the regional finals. It's a big deal for him and Finnish Chell to be strong in this tournament. This is a statement game right now for Eki.
Absolutely, a 4-goal lead, and now he is heading to the power play as well. He is going to run up the score as much as possible.
We talked about his fellow countryman, Playmaker, earlier. Playmaker said of Eki, he is clearly the favorite. He is very good offensively and defensively. He's very good in live tournaments, even better than he is online. And he is very motivated and confident going into this tournament here in Las Vegas. Eki has a power play, by the way, with a 5-1 score. Minute 30 left in the power play. Here's Kessel. Kessel looking for Malkin in the slot. Back comes Junior Penn's Hagelin. Looking for Sheahan, can't find him. Kessel pushes it to Crosby. Crosby pushes the puck forward again. Crosby has it to Malkin, he scores. That Junior Penn's gave up the puck there in his own zone, and Eki made him pay.
Junior Pence has got to be at least somewhat happy that he secured his spot in the finals yesterday. That allows him to kind of relax here. Despite being down big, he knows he's going to have to change his game and change his strategies going into the next round.
And Eki is about to secure his position in the finals against Junior Pence. $50,000 prize money, you guys. You can see the disappointment in the audience from young Gren and the other competitors, but they still have a chance to win some decent prize money here today.
Yeah, and that's what will shake down in the 5th round. As much as they might be upset that they can't make the finals, it's still extremely important for them to play as well as they can, because they can make an extra few $1,000s, maybe even $10,000 or $20,000, depending on where they rank.
And of course, bragging rights on the line as well.
Eki will certainly be bragging about this game, whether quietly or not.
I don't think he's going to go quietly.
He still has the puck. He's looking for more. He really wants to make a statement here with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third.
But he is going to have to be cautious, because his competitor in the final for that $50,000 prize is the one he's playing right now, so you don't want to get overly confident.
Yeah, maybe he starts to mix up his strategies and do things that he normally wouldn't do, just because he knows Junior Pence has that analytic mind. He knows he's going to be taking notes mentally and really preparing for that game. Maybe we'll see him switch up his strategies here to trip him up.
One thing that Junior Pence did note is that he did make some tweaks from the online qualifiers to the regional finals. He made changes in his lineup. We talked about Dominic Simone extensively. I mean, at this point, Dominic Simone is going to be a reference to Junior Pence if he ever applies for the Penguins analytics department, right? But realistically, he's making some tweaks on the power play, on the first power play unit. He decided to put Oli Mata there, did Junior Pence. And he decided to change his 4th line going into the World Finals here, possibly putting in Aston Reese, giving him a little bit more time. So we've definitely seen Junior Pence make some tweaks as if he's truly embracing the role of coach of his team. And here's another goal for Eki. It's now 7-1, and he's definitely enjoying this moment.
Yep, and he's just scoring on everything now. Every shot that he throws on the net, whether it's a one-timer, a backhander, breakaways, 2-on-0s, he has got it all.
Let me ask you this. Junior Pence going through this, he knows he's in the finals. At this point, he feels, okay, I'm going to face Eki in the finals. Is this game demoralizing for him?
I think it might be a little bit, but I think Junior Pence is strong enough mentally that he can just black out these last, the 20 minutes that this game lasted, just really focus up on the future, change his gameplay, change his strategies, and do what he can to improve in the next one.
I don't know, Catherine, you're losing 7-1 against the player you're going to meet in the finals. To me, that's Eki has all the momentum.
Oh, I would agree with you on that. I mean, and Junior Pence is going to have to make some adjustments going forward in that final round, and we know he will based on his analytical background, but this is a deflating loss and blowout of the 7-1 caliber.
You don't want to lose by this many goals. This is, some might call it embarrassing.
Yeah, especially on the big stage like this. We've got a live audience. We've got, thousands of people watching online, all seeing this loss. They're thinking, Eki's easily going to take this $50,000. Junior Pence got to make a statement here in this next game especially.
Yeah, you can't say that. The word easily is very misleading. Anybody thinking that, take that out of your head right now, because Junior Pence certainly, as we've seen throughout this tournament and his style of play, can certainly come back with a vengeance. As we are ticking away at the final seconds in the third period, Eki, all the way from Finland. 15 hours on a flight from Espoo, Finland, the home of Jiri Lehtinen, the home of Eki.
It is a new home now as he takes a 7-1 lead and the clock winding down, and this matchup, guys, is set for the finals.
We will have a Finland versus United States final. Junior Pence will take on Eki, with the remaining players playing for bragging rights and prize money.
And there you have it. The horn has sounded, the headphones come off, the handshake coming, and it is Eki defeating Junior Pence. But this is the exact same matchup we will see in the grand final for $50,000.
Yeah, and it really comes down in this game to Junior Pence. He wasn't able to bury his opportunities, and the counterattack from Eki was just far too much to handle.
Still prize money up for grabs for the rest of the field going forward. As you can see the standings, Eki 4-0. Junior Pence falls to 3-1 after an incredibly dominating performance by Eki over Junior Pence. What was it early on that you saw that Eki had over Junior Pens that allowed him to have such an extensive lead in this game?
I go back to what Artuzio, his fellow countryman, said about Eki. Irritating, trap hockey. He has let in the least amount of goals in the regional finals and in this tournament. And you can see how Eki is so great on the counterattack, making it difficult for Junior Pens to even get on the board. This was a fast one. We thought that the floodgates might open after the first goal in under a minute for Junior Pens, but the floodgates actually opened for Eki.
Yep, and Eki scored with less than 8 seconds remaining on that goal. That was a turning point in this game, and then we just see the counterattack again and again. Different styled goal. There's a one-timer there. Here comes another one. So much open space for him, and he was able to convert on every chance.
As it continues on for Eki, scoring goal after goal. That might have been the moment right there that he said, you know what, I'm making it. I'm in the finals.
And that's probably the most emotion we've seen out of him for a long time. Eki usually, as you guys talked about, very calm and collected, doesn't show a ton of emotion. Nervous, looking at his friends and family in attendance. At this point, he's got a 5-1 lead when they score on the power play, make it 6-1, and Junior Pens knew he was out at this point.
Yep, Junior Pens obviously very disappointed in his performance here. Eki just took it upon himself to really make a statement in this game, 7-1 being the final score.
So given this lopsided victory for Eki, what do we expect when we see these two go head-to-head in the final?
I can't wait for that. On top of all the emotion and the drama that we have going into a Finland, particularly Eki versus America final, what he said about the Americans going into this, Junior Pens, especially after this game, he really has to have that fire.
Yep, Junior Pens is going to be thinking about that, the USA versus Finland. He's also going to be thinking about this blowout here. He wants to come back. He wants to do well, especially on this big stage.
All right, big stage indeed, a live audience here at Esports Arena in Las Vegas. And let's send it down now to Andrea for our Bridgestone Clutch Performance area. She's standing by with Junior Pens.
I'm here with Junior Pens. Now, it's been a long journey for you to get here, right? First runner-up in the U.S. Regionals, and until this last match, you were dominating here at the finals. How did that happen?
My first game against John Wayne was tough. It was back and forth the whole game. I was actually losing, and I tied it with 20 seconds left, and then winning that game took a huge weight off my shoulders, and I kind of carried that momentum in the next two.
You were like the comeback king for a couple of those. But this last one, you know, you've made it to the finals, and you are set to play Eki. So you've got a chance to redeem yourself. Knowing that and going into that with a bit of confidence, what's your strategy?
I think I'm going to try the same start I had. I'd score right off the gate, but I kind of let my defense get away from me. That if I can tighten that up, I think I'll have a better chance.
Now, a big part of the strategy is confidence and what's in your head. Just like, you know, young Gren tells us, you can't let you get in your head. So now you have the chance to kind of say hello to your friends and family that flew across the country.
Right.
Maybe reset a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like to thank my girlfriend, roommate, and Rick Chell for coming out. They flew out. They're staying with me. And
they're staring at you right now.
My support group's been phenomenal. Between them, my parents, I have Charlie from Set to Destroy here. That it's been phenomenal. I'm really thankful for that.
Well, wonderful. I'm going to let you go say hi to them, give some hugs and kisses. And Catherine, back to you.
Final is set. It is Eki against Junior Pens, but when we come back, it's the 5th round at the NHL Gaming World Championship as we continue from Las Vegas.
Hi. This Edmonton Oilers team logo bodysuit will help turn your little one into a lifelong Oilers fan. With attention-commanding graphics, this bodysuit screams, "Let's go Oilers," months before your baby can.
Sweet. Thanks, Connor McDavid.
Thank you for bringing another Oilers fan into the world.
I'm gonna work on some more.
Too personal, man.
Yep.
Get your authentic NHL gear at shop.nhl.com, as official gets.
Welcome back to Esports Arena Las Vegas, and our World Gaming Championship continues. The trophy is in the house. The Stanley Cup also was here earlier. It was another trophy that the players had a chance to spend time with.
It's my first time seeing the Cup, and it's a sight to behold. I mean, there's just so much history behind it, all the names and teams. I wish the Yotes were on there. It would make it more special, but it's a great sight. This whole experience has been just, it's been something. Everything behind the scenes, and you feel like you're a celebrity walking around here, so it's pretty cool.
The history behind this cup is just amazing, just looking at it and seeing it, all the history it's been through.
Most exciting part seeing Pittsburgh at the bottom a couple times.
Well, it's not the Stanley Cup that these players are playing for, but it is a $50,000 prize and excess prize money as well for the players that don't come in first place. We know the stage is set for Eki and Junior Pens atop those standings. That is the final, but we have a lot more to look forward to in these matches, guys.
Yeah, it's not the Stanley Cup, it's their Stanley Cup in a
Exactly.
way, that Gaming Championship World Trophy that's absolutely beautiful. And now we know that Eki and Junior Pens will meet in the finals, and a lot of interesting storylines going into that one. And both of them certainly deserving for very different reasons and very different styles of play, Nasher.
Absolutely, and let's not get rid of these matches. These round 5 matchups are still very, very important. John Wayne playing in this first game has a chance to move his way up the bracket and make a bit of cash here today.
A bit of cash indeed. Let's make our way, meanwhile, to the 5th round of this championship. And here's the stage that is set. It'll be Fool X 90 against John Wayne, Junior Pens 91, and Artuzio, and Eki and Younggren.
Some big matchups there. Now, Younggren versus Eki, even though Eki has already qualified, this is the matchup with the most drama because the person that took the most offense to Eki's comments leading into this tournament was Younggren. So win or lose, whether he's able to make the finals or not, he wants to put Eki in his place.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Younggren will do that. He will be standing up, getting in Eki's face, yelling, and I don't know how Eki's going to take it. We haven't really had that come up yet.
Well, before we get to that, we get to the gentleman from Anchorage, Alaska, and John Wayne back in the chair. Ready to go? Smiles? He's feeling good, guys.
We asked him, actually, funny in that piece we just saw, he said he would love to see the Yotes on the cup. He did mention, we did ask him about the recent trade, Domi for Galchenyuk, of course, with the Coyotes and Habs. And he said, you know what? I'm pretty confident based on the second half of their season last year and this trade, Yotes back in the playoffs.
There you go. He called it. He's had a tough time here at this tournament, but let's take a closer look at what this young player is all about.
My name is John Wayne Casagranda. I'm from Anchorage, Alaska, and my gamer tag is John Wayne 90.
Well, he's the regional winner, guys.
Unbelievable effort here by John Wayne.
So I'm driving in my car on the way to work, and I get a call from a private number, and I decided not to answer it. Don't know who it is.
Hey, John, my name's Shane Doan. I'm just calling to congratulate you, man. That's pretty cool.
And it's Shane Doan, my idol growing up, captained the Coyotes for plenty of years.
I have 2 boys. I have a boy that plays a lot.
He just called to congratulate me and tell me that his boys are watching and that he's super proud.
I just wanted to wish you all the best in Vegas. Keep going, and I'll be watching. I'll be cheering for you. Vegas proud.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, starstruck, speechless. Just a surreal moment for me. I'm so happy I'll have that voicemail to cherish for the rest of my life.
How cool is that? The unknown phone number coming in from the longtime legendary captain of the Arizona Coyotes, Shane Doan. This John Wayne from Anchorage, Alaska, getting recognized by a guy who he idolized playing on the NHL ice.
NBD, no big deal.
Yeah, and John Wayne told me he was actually really happy he didn't answer the call so that Shane Doan would leave him a voicemail that he can go and listen to whenever he wants.
So he could prove it, you guys, and he's playing Fool, who also has a little bit of bragging rights as well. The Montreal Canadiens giving him a jersey with his own name on the back of it. He has a huge cheering section here. We already talked about the fact that it was his first flight ever coming here to Las Vegas. So already he's achieved major milestones in his life, but this would be a big one if he could continue to push his way to the big prize money in this tournament. He's from Montreal, Quebec. His favorite NHL player is from the St. Louis Blues, Vladimir Tarasenko. And of course, he is the first place contender from that Canadian regional final.
Terrific off the counterattack. He scores in many different ways. He has excellent aim. He picks the corners so well with what seems like no space at all. Still very much in contention for some good prize money here.
Some friendly camaraderie. The handshake is on, as is the game, where there will probably not be a lot of friendship. Let's get to the action, guys.
So our first matchup in the 5th and final round of the round-robin component of the Gaming World Championship Finals. We have Fool taking on John Wayne. Fool is 2-2. John Wayne is 1-3 right now in terms of these standings. Once again, we have a Crosby-Crosby face-off, won by Crosby. It is John Wayne in black and Fool in white. Here comes John Wayne. Fool on the counter. Fool through the neutral zone to Kessel. Kessel. Fool trying the saucer pass early. Mata pushes the puck away. All the way up to Fool. A little bit of a cherry picking there. That'll be a power play for Fool.
Actually, a really good play by Fool there. Instead of grabbing the puck and taking his time to make the pass, he decided to go with a puck chop, getting it up the ice faster, and that's what led to that penalty there by Letang.
John Wayne said that he really didn't know what to expect going into the regional finals. Obviously, he wanted to win, but he said even he exceeded his own expectations.
Yep, he's never had the chance to really play these guys on a good connection until that tournament. So obviously making it here to Vegas, a huge milestone for him.
He said that one of the pleasant things that has happened to him in this entire experience is making new friends. You can very safely say that he will be keeping in touch with a lot of his teammates, or particularly Junior Pens, moving forward. But we're putting that aside here because there's money on the line in this tournament. So they're definitely playing their hearts out right now in this fifth and final round. Here's John Wayne. By the way, he is not named after the famous actor. He is named after both of his grandparents, John and Wayne. But it makes the story better to say that he was named after the actor. So.
It does, and he's here in Las Vegas, guys, representing one of two players representing the United States, so why not have a name like John Wayne? Very apropos.
And he has the puck in the neutral zone, does John Wayne. Both of them have the number 90 in their gamer tag. Fool has the number 90 because that is his favorite hockey number. Of course, the likes of Jason Spezza and Tomasz Tatar of the Vegas Golden Knights and Marcus Johansson of the New Jersey Devils wearing number 90 in the NHL.
Do we know where the Fool came from?
I believe it was from oh, and he scores! We will find that out in a second as he celebrates his goal. It's 1-0.
Fool sticking to his game like he always does. A nice little one-timer. Was that a Kuznetsov bird flag? Is that what I just saw?
There. I believe it was.
Wow, Fool, nice little pass here in front. It opens up some space, and he's able to get it by Murray on that right side.
Have a look at it again. Don't tell them that these games aren't important. You can tell the passion they still have. I believe Fool, going back to our earlier point, comes from a different game that he was playing with his friends, and there was a nickname that was given to him through that game. As John Wayne looking to equalize. Here comes Juris for Fool. To Alexiak. Alexiak to Juris to Kunakl. Spins around, loses the puck. Letang up to Brassard. Brassard pinned against the boards, makes it to Gensel. Gensel. A lot of puck possession we're seeing in this tournament. Gensel. A lot of neutral zone play here among both players. John Wayne has the puck in his own zone. Fool at one point even gave up NHL 18. He thought that he wouldn't go back to the game until he heard the announcement of this entire tournament now.
Yeah, that's huge for him. I mean, going from a point where you're almost sick of playing and then this tournament comes around, he completely changes his mindset, gets into his zone, and he has trained hours and hours to get here, and it's paying off. He's up 1-0 over John Wayne right now.
So for those curious right now, Catherine, you have an update on what a win for John Wayne would mean.
Well, if John Wayne wins, that would be the 3rd place, 4th place, and 5th place that are still up for grabs. So anywhere from $10,000, $5,000 to $2,500, and factor in the $5,000 already won in the regional.
Yeah, that's a huge amount of variance there in the prizes that they can win. Each game to these guys, while they still can't advance, while we already have our final set, it is going to mean a lot coming down to it.
Of course, Fool with a victory, he would go to 3-2, securing himself in good position at least to take that 3rd place $10,000 spot. As we see an opportunity there for John Wayne.
Last minute of play in the 1st period.
So about 30 seconds to go in the 1st period. Fool takes the lead. John Wayne in black, Fool in white. Murray makes the stop. There's Malkin to Gensel. And it's 1-0 for Fool at the end of the 1st.